Greetings from downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Today is Friday, December 13th, 2024. It is 5:31 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're here at Public Square in downtown, right outside of Terminal Tower. The reason I scheduled this live stream to start at 5:15, but that was a tentative thing because right before this I wanted to do a video showing off the inside of Tower City and all the Christmas decorations they have this year. So that's why I took my time doing that. Let me quickly show some of the stuff that I saw inside there. I was thinking about starting the live stream inside, but it just wasn't feasible with the connection. It just would have been too weak there. They once again have Bruce the Spruce's forest inside, although you can't actually go in to see Bruce the Spruce until Saturdays or Sundays. There's certain hours of the day where that's available. You also have, back for another year, the Mr. Jingling. That's another thing where really, I think he'll be in person on Saturdays and Sundays. But still, it's fun to walk through and see the decorations. One new thing, they kind of got rid of the window displays. If you have seen this in the past with the mice fighting each other, they got rid of that. And instead, one of the things they did was they expanded the Christmas story presents by having the leg lamp and a makeshift actual slide that people can use if they're under 6 foot and under 150 pounds. That's also near Skylight Park. And again, I'll have a separate video that showcases this. Thursdays and Fridays at 5 o'clock, and then Saturdays and Sundays at 12 and 4 o'clock, they actually have live snow. Of course it's fake snow, but they have like a live show and music playing in the background falling in Skylight Park, so it created for some nice imagery. And then one more thing I'll show, just another angle of Skylight Park. It was cool seeing everything lit up like that. Yeah, so that's your rundown of Tower City. I'm not sure when that video will be uploaded, but sometime hopefully in the next few days or early next week. But now let's do a walk around Public Square to check out all of the holiday lights. The sky is now dark so that we can really see the lights in their glory. Let's see here, which way do I want to approach this? How about this? I'll start going that way, and then we'll look at the ice skating rink and just continue working our way around. I'm not sure how much I'll actually walk around more areas of downtown Cleveland, because I tried to scout ahead of time what would be lit up for the Christmas season, and it seemed like it was a little bit underdone in other areas that used to have done it. So Public Square is still very much the focal point. By the way, greetings Paula Baylor and Perishable Goods 13 and Allocated Brain, welcome, and everyone else who's viewing. But yeah, so for now, let's start this off as just a peaceful and casual stroll through downtown Cleveland's Public Square area and the holiday lights. Those three people who just passed us a second ago, they all were wearing Dunkin' Donuts shirts. I did notice something different from the last time I did a video down here at the corner of East 18th and Euclid. A new Dunkin' Donuts just opened there. So a slight difference. In the past, one of the best shots that you could get for a picture was you would have two polar bear decorations right here. They were like hugging each other, and then you'd see everyone skating in the background. Now when you look at it, it's like, wait a minute, you can't even get the view. So let's see what this says. It says, this solar-powered 360-degree camera is equipped with advanced features and capabilities that bolster safety and security in Public Square. To learn more about the camera, you can scan that QR code. And at the top of it, it says things like Go Guards, Go Browns. I presume it'll say Go Cavs. I mean, you can just step in front of it to see the rink. Now, the rink for Fridays just opened at 5 p.m. So it's not super crowded right now, maybe a little bit later in the night, especially as the Cavaliers game's going to get underway at 7 o'clock. It'll be a little more populated. But I believe it's open 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock p.m. tonight. That's where you actually get the skate rentals. No cash accepted, credit and debit cards only. Yeah, I haven't walked over there yet, but it looks like they've relocated the polar bears. Like the set of 2 polar bears that used to be right here is now right next to the big Christmas tree. And one of the other polar bears is nestled near the ice skating rink to where he's looking at it. It's behind the thing, so when I come back around, we'll take a look at that. By the way, if you liked this video, or if you're watching, feel free to hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, definitely consider subscribing so you can see more of our videos for the holiday season or in general. One thing that was kind of interesting is that about a week and a half ago, I made a one-day trip to Denver, Colorado to watch the Browns take on the Broncos at Mile High Stadium. Now, every so often, the YouTube algorithm decides to feature one of my videos on the recommended list more so than others, meaning people who aren't subscribed. It'll just show people that video. So I guess for people who live in the Denver area, it showed my Browns-Broncos video. So I ended up getting a lot of new subscribers from that. When I say a lot, I mean probably like 35 to 40 new people subscribed, which is pretty significant for one video. So if any Denver people are deciding to tune in, welcome as well. Here's the May Company building. They have the wreaths lit up. Usually those little trees that are on top of there in the past years have been lit up. I don't know if it's just not turned on for the clock yet or what. We've got the Soldiers and Sailors Monument. You know what, before I continue this way, I don't know if it'll still be open. Let me check if the lobby of the Huntington or old BP building is open, because they always have a big tree and holiday setup in there as well. But I know they close the lobby at certain times where you can't get in. Are we open? Yes, it's still open. So you've got the little setup here. And then the big Christmas tree inside the lobby. I'm not going to walk over there right now, but they also have a few other decorations scattered throughout the lobby areas. Other buildings that used to have a big tree in it, and well, City Hall has probably the biggest tree of all, but you got to sign in to that one. I think I did a short video on that in the previous year, so if you want to check that out, look at it previous year. But that's the pretty massive tree inside there. The Galleria a year or two ago when I popped by, even though it's such a dead building in the mall area, they had a tree a couple years ago. Like I said, I'm not sure if they're still doing that. So after this light changes, we'll continue our walk along Public Square. I will probably at least decide to pop pop down by East 4th Street and East 5th Street and show off the arcades. I'm just saying beyond that, I'm not sure if I'll venture further down. Good old Cleveland. I was on the red line earlier coming into downtown, you know, just getting to Cleveland. And then I get on the, well, first you know, get on the red line bus and one person's just talking to themselves the entire time, like, please let me survive, please let me survive. They're like repeating it 1,000 times. And then when I get on the health line, I sit down and then some lady sits down across from me and like I'm just on my phone, and all of a sudden she like says, I hear someone saying, excuse me sir, and they say it like 5 times. So like, okay, fine. On the 5th time I decide to look up and she says like, are you pissing? I'm like, what? She said, are you pissing? Like, CPD's gonna be after you, you can't be doing that. You know, right away I know, just like, okay, crazy person. So I just like do like a slight chuckle and you know, go back to looking at my phone. That's the stuff you get used to if you're a regular Clevelander. Nature Girl says Weirdo Central. Yeah. It happens. We got the big snowflake. One thing that was interesting, I don't know if they actually enforce it, but someone pointed this out that they didn't like it. They started posting signs a few months ago saying public square hours 5 a.m. to midnight, violators subject to criminal penalty. I assume they're trying to say, like, I assume if you're walking from work or trying to catch a bus that you can still do that. I'm pretty sure they're trying to say, hey, we don't want you just sitting in public square and, you know, lingering around. And that might be due to the homeless presence and some of the crime that's gone on in the past. Let's cross at this little intersection. You got your nice bollards. This is the first Christmas year without the concrete barriers in the way. And that's where the 2 polar bears are, which is, you know, whether that was at the ice skating rink or here, either way, that's going to make for a cool picture opportunity. Perishable Goods 13 was asking Allocated Brain, is this lit up in the morning? In previous years, I can answer that in previous years it has been lit up still in the morning because I've done videos in the morning. Now sometimes it's weather dependent because if it rains or snows to a certain degree, there have been, like, I think someone told me certain breakers or switches that flip off just to protect things. Let's see if I can flip this camera around for a second. There you go. With my polar bear friends. A lot of this when I do my video making is strategic as far as the timing. Like I said earlier, I purposely did the inside of Tower City first because I was like, okay, it's Friday at 5 o'clock. Let me capture that snow show because that's something new I can show off to the viewers. Then I was like, all right after that it'll start turning dark. I can do the live stream when the lights are accentuated. And I figure right after the live stream I can come back and actually take pictures of this stuff and it would also give me time, like maybe an extra 40 minutes. Maybe the ice skating rink will be more popular and I can do like a short video there. Now what I might do for those watching, maybe we'll do a double dose of our downtown Cleveland updates. Possibly, we'll see. Meaning, I'm doing the Christmas video right now, but it's a little bit dark. You can't quite see the Sherwin-Williams building. Now in the future, they're supposed to have like lighting to where you can really see more of the building at nighttime, like a little lighting bar down the side of the building. What I might do is Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, I might go on my lunch break and do a daytime live stream walk around the city, weather permitting. And that way I can actually talk about some of the new developments with buildings, and we can still see some of these Christmas decoration setups during the daytime. I don't know, they won't necessarily be lit up. We can still get a vibe. I don't know if they'll still do it, but in the past couple of years, when either sometime in January or February rolls around, they change the lighting on a lot of these trees to be like blue and white to make it give it a different feel. I also feel like the music playing in the speakers around Public Square, not just the ice skating rink, is a new touch. Nature Girl says, looks pretty, but it's too cold to enjoy being outside. Yeah, I'm sure that could deter some of the crowds that you would normally see here, but the good thing is that it's not windy. If it was windy, this would be very bitter and miserable, but because there's no wind, I would say it's pretty tolerable. You can see the grass has a little bit of snow left on it. Other parts of Cleveland, I think, like in people's yards, you'll see a bunch of snow-covered areas. I'm not quite sure why or how it melted already over here. We got some snowflakes here. And then let me walk back down. Oh, how did I miss it? The story. I gotta find out where the story starts, though. Like, am I viewing the ending or the beginning of the story? I wasn't even paying attention to it. Let's see, is this the ending? They did a story last year. Yeah, it looks like that's the end of the story. Well, I don't know if I'll walk back, but maybe that's something I'll do during a daytime video, or in the morning, like Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning. If this is all lit up, I might do a high quality video with my other camera. But you can see, for example, it's telling a storyboard, building the best snowman ever. If you need me, I'll be in the yard, and so on and so forth. Yeah, you can see they're angled as if you're walking from the other direction. So that way it tells the story like that. So the archway this year is more like a 4th of July look. Red, white, blue, with some animated lights mixed in too. Mom, it snowed. I feel like it's not quite the beginning. Maybe there's one more panel down there. There's a little bit of orange and orange or yellow mixed in here. Yeah, there it is. So the holiday pop-up story walk begins right here, and then you can walk through and read the whole thing. So I'll try to, now that I know that, I'll try to include that in a different video. Actually passing through, maybe going the opposite direction. Got the manger scene. One notable absence is actually two notable absences. Past few years, I believe the artist's name was Dave Kreider. He would have like a sign here, like a sort of a photo frame that had greenish look to it with some Christmas decorations and also like the word Winterland or Winterfest on it. That would be there, and then also the same person in the past has had the big CLE sign that would be located like around here. Right now, that doesn't seem looks like both of those things are gone. I always try to make mental note of things, little things that are different year to year, things that other people might not necessarily be aware of, but to me they stand out. Over there is where that other polar bear is that I was talking about earlier. Oh, this guy here knows how to skate. You see, like most, I would be like those people hanging onto the railings. That one dude is like very smooth though on the outer edge here, and then these people are doing okay too, but like this guy right here. I've never tried skating in my life though. Not opposed to doing it, of course, but like I said, I would certainly be grabbing onto the outside rail. Okay, so now let's take a little bit of a walk down Euclid Avenue. Check out the beautiful arcade, the old arcade. And then we'll go over to the 5th Street Arcade, see if any of the shops are decorated with some Christmas decorations, even though everything will probably be closed right now. Perishable Goods 13 says, I was a roller skater for years and was 16 or so when I first tried ice skating and was surprised how easy it was. Well, I consider myself athletic. You know, I'm a good runner, play basketball a lot, do other things, but like over the years, there's certain activities that you just start to feel like, man, I feel like, not that I feel painful old, but like I feel old. And like the best example I can give is, imagine a trampoline. Last year I was trying, trampoline, and I was okay if I'm jumping up and down a little bit on it. But then when I tried to land on my back one time. Like, oh, let me flop and land down on my back. Oh, New York? No, I haven't yet, but like I want to go visit New York and do some videos there. Oh, well, it's not TikTok. I do on YouTube. It's called Poco Traveler. Yeah. Yeah, they love it, especially people who moved away, like, and they like seeing like how it looks now. Yeah, but anyway, when I did the trampoline and I tried to land on my back, like I immediately felt like I got whiplash on my neck. Like I had no clue what I was doing, and I was like, God, like I feel like this would have been something if I was 10 years old, even 16 years old. I would have done it no problem and popped right up. Now I feel like so like lanky. I was just showing the May company while I waited for the light to change. One of the people there was asking if I live stream in New York. I was telling him I'd love to go back to New York City and do some videos. Multiple reasons. I mean, A, there's so much to see and I want to see it myself. But B, I'm always looking to get more eyeballs and a bigger audience to Poco Traveler. Now, I know there's a lot of streamers there, so it might be more challenging than I think to pick up some eyeballs, but I think it'd be worth trying. That's also one of the caveats, is that New York City was so fun to enjoy and explore and not worry about having a video. Like, you got to truly be a tourist. If I was videoing everything, it almost becomes like a business trip, so to speak. I mean, I can still enjoy it, but there's a definite difference. So down Euclid Avenue, you've got the street lamps decorated a little bit. I guess since we're here on the other end of the Huntington building, I can briefly, if they're still open. Nope, it's not open. Oh, they must have had a card to get in. But we can look through. That's the other decoration I was referring to on the indoor part. Paula Baylor says she used to ice skate. Paula Baylor. That just made me crack up because I feel like that's the... I'm sure you have done a comment before, but usually your comment is like purely the emojis. So like I actually got to see you write a comment without the emojis. And then Nature Girl also says, I loved ice skating and roller skating as a child. Yeah, I grew up near the area of Halloran Park, and they have an ice skating rink there still, but I never attempted anything. Leslie's YouTube channel says, hi Poco, thanks for braving the cold and showing us all the pretty lights and decorations. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too and everyone else watching. Yeah, again, to reiterate what I said earlier, right now it's, again, I am dressed appropriately, don't get me wrong, but it is very pleasant. Like, I'm not shivering at all, I'm not cold at all. And I still attribute that to the lack of wind. Makes it a nice day to be out. Flight Social Restaurant and Bar has their actual sign up on the outside now. Oh, and I didn't even notice this when I walked by earlier. Pammy's Ice Cream has opened up. Looks like they're open every day of the week, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. I've seen their decorations the last time I came by. So now we're entering the old arcade. Always a beautiful sight. People love taking pictures here. So what do we have here? This looks like something new. There were never holiday windows here over the years I've been doing this. Santas of the world. Look how this makes up for the lack of windows in Tower City. You've got Russia, Denmark, medieval Europe, USA down at the bottom, Germany, England, France, Greece, Portugal, and what's the other one back there? The Bishop of Myra. And then there's some things up there talking about Santas of the world, timeless traditions, modern celebrations. It says this is Take a Hike. Well, that's part of the organization that's in historic Gateway neighborhood of Cleveland. It says we are excited to add timeless traditions, modern celebrations to the Santas of the World exhibit in collaboration with some of the community's valued heritage and cultural organizations. We plan to increase the exhibit in years and hope you'll make it a new holiday tradition to enjoy with your family and friends. Your donation will help us expand in 2025. Very nice. So this looks like something that could be a new thing for downtown Cleveland at the holiday season. This one's talking about Italian Christmas traditions, Feast of the Immaculate Conception, traditional Italian Christmas, dolce, like the sweets. The Italy Santa, Little Scene, Feast of the Seven Fishes, this one is, I'm assuming Puerto Rico just based on that. Timeless traditions, modern celebrations of Puerto Rico. See the garments. Nature Girl says, this arcade looks so grand. Yes. And like I said, the previous years it's just been the grandness of it, but this is an extra treat. They have all these window displays. Latin America. TPAJ says, we are taking the 2-hour drive tomorrow to Cleveland. We'll be downtown in the evening after meeting family at Sarita's for dinner in Lakewood. Well, if you're planning on checking out Christmas decorations, hopefully this video helps with some stuff you can look at. This one is referencing Poland. I'm not sure if there's more. Right now I just see this as the last window display. They're just showing the dining set, the Santa for Poland, the structure, almost like a starry night type of vibe with that painting, and then the tree and their ornaments that are on it. And they have another sign here, so yeah, it's probably the end of the window displays, but hey, like I said, didn't expect that at all. And everything truly is grand in here. I mean, even every time I look at the clock and all the lights strung throughout, it's still, the one thing that still irritates me though is like, yes, I know it's a hotel in the upper levels with the rooms, but it's like, and I know there are businesses here. I don't want to act like I'm shortchanging the chiropractor or the spa, but like there's so many vacant places in here. Like it's still not a place where I would tell people like, oh yeah, go through the old arcade for shopping. That's more what the 5th Street arcades are. You do have a 1890 restaurant at the arcade. I only come by here in the morning, so it's nice to see that populated. Have some peppermint decorations and snowflake decorations near this old typewriter. Edward Corrigan says, love this. Used to go there in the early 80s before I moved. Merry Christmas. Thank you for tuning in, Edward. I'm going to come back in, but let me pop out for a second so we can look at the exterior of the arcade from this angle, because usually they have some garland or whatever wrapped around. The Hyatt Regency. I plan on going inside the Cleveland Public Library. Well, not that side, but this side of the Cleveland Public Library. One of the days next week for just a short video. They used to have that flower exhibit last year, but then this year, a couple months ago, they switched it up, and now they have a sort of like moving, colorful, furry robots. Like a couple of them inside there, so that'll be a fun little video to show off. As far as what other videos I'll be able to do during this time in Cleveland, you know, I aspire to do more holiday videos, but it's easier said than done to achieve them because of time and work. Sometimes time just blows by and maybe weather doesn't cooperate, and before you know it, there's a Soldiers and Sailors Monument administrative offices. I didn't know they had administrative offices in here. I feel like that's new, but I could be wrong on that. A kosher vegetarian place. They're trying to move the oversized load, maybe. The corner alley. Little gnome and ornament decorations on the outside. Inside they've got the lights dangling throughout. That's the bowling alley.
Would you like to buy any candy before while doing the donation?
No thanks. No, YouTube. Here's the Cleveland Clothing Company. Let's see here. What do we have down here? It looks like a little bit further down there's a small tree in the visitor center. Yeah, this is all part of the This is Cleveland area. So just a small tree in there. And then in the visitor center clothing company. Oh. Huh. It says my phone's internal storage is running low. Hopefully that doesn't interrupt the live stream. Busy night in Cleveland, yes. I tried to clear enough space on my phone ahead of time. I'm not sure why that message popped up. If the stream does get cut off though, you guys will know why at least. I'm not sure where it's going to be at, but I read earlier today they said there was an article about a new pop-up bar. I think it was going to be called The Dugout. It was going to be developed for future use on East 4th Street. But it looked like there would be like a little grass area as well.
Yeah, I've been there before. Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is one of those videos where there's so much music being played that I'm just gonna have to deal with probably afterward the YouTube saying, oh, you can't monetize the video for copyright reasons. Society Lounge has like a Home Alone vibe or theme to it.
Here you go, guys. Let me get y'all one. Oh, loves that shit.
All your hearts, or you will be judged by God and end up in hell. God does not want to send you to hell. He wants you to repent, to turn from your wicked ways. But if you reject Him, if you reject the love of God and continue in your wicked rebellion against Him,
Across the way, Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, the Cleveland Cavaliers having their tremendous season. I think their record's what, 21-4 right now? And today they play the dismal Washington Wizards, who have the worst record by far. Sting B says hello, I hope you're having fun. Hello, Sting B. Thanks for tuning in. Let me see here, I missed a few other comments. Linda L said, hi everyone, Merry Christmas, busy night in Cleveland. Doesn't the phone automatically delete older content? I heard it somewhere. Yeah, I don't know why it was filling. I feel like probably what happened was, since I deleted some stuff earlier, probably my apps that hadn't been updated started downloading in the background, and now my space is probably filling up a bit. That's my guess. TPAJ also said, yes, that's why I'll be in downtown for the lights. Is the GE Nela Park Christmas lights display good? We were thinking about driving there too. I haven't been there this year. I've only been there once in the past to the, by the way, Barrio is jam-packed right now. Every table occupied and busy. But yeah, Nela Park, I think that's a recommendation every year. And this year is their 100th year of viewing the lights. So yeah, I would say it's worth checking out. I would love to go there, and do a video. That's another one of those time constraint things because since I don't have a car in Cleveland, I'd have to take the Health Line and another bus to go out there, and that ends up being like over an hour each way just to get out there on the bus. Here's Johnnyville Woods. All the Christmas lights up top inside, along with all the interesting merchandise and window clings. What is this behind me? I don't know if this is a business, but it's hard to say what this is. I mean, there's an air hockey table there. Like it's like an arcade, but I'm not sure quite what's going on there. Revy Fair Trade Products. I thought this store had a presence on the opposite end of the arcade. Vidhala says it's beautiful. I made a video on it. Love to see lights again and again. I wonder if you're referring to the Neela Park comment from earlier. Laura R says Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Yes, Merry Christmas, Laura, to you too. You got the Guardians or Indians leg lamp. Little statue from the Major League movie. The Browns leg lamp. Even a Browns leg lamp shirt. This is at the We Bleed Ohio store. Sting B says, can you please buy me something? Sure, I'll buy you something from one of these stores. Let's see here, which store? Wait a minute, all these stores look empty. That's the case I talked about on the arcade. There's two hallways to this arcade. This one only has the stuff at the southern end. The northern end of this one is all for lease. But don't worry, I'm gonna pop back out and circle around, and the other end will be more full. Linda says the leg lamp is too cute. You can smell those kernels by Chrissy as soon as I open that door. Also have some Christmas decorations in there. Some holiday themed kernel. Best steak in gyros, number 2. I gotta try this one of these times to see what they taste like. Your Rocket Fizz and candy shop. Always like their little decorations. You got the Nutcracker, one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with some Santa hat and garland. More fun characters in the window. Santa's not climbing the ladder right now, but always like seeing that thing. Along with the Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, 7-Up, and Enjoy Coca-Cola boxes. The gift wrap, and this looks like one of those home good decorations, if I had to guess. The ornament stacks. And oh wow, Linda L with a super chat donation of $19.99. Thank you so much, Linda. Christmas just came early for me. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Laura R says, I wonder if they've sold the Christmas Story house yet. And then Linda followed up saying, yes, it was sold. Yeah, I saw a headline the other day that it was sold, but I didn't read the details about who acquired it. I do know they're still open and doing stuff because another account that I follow regularly on Instagram made a journey there the other day. I think earlier this week or the week before. Colossal Cupcakes was right there. Fortunately, I got this thing here, so you can't see into Colossal Cupcakes. My pleasure for the tour, Linda. And we've got 40 viewers right now. Thank you all for tuning in. There's Mike the Hatter. I know he did have a second store that opened in Tower City. I may have overlooked it, but like I feel like when I did my Tower City Christmas video earlier, I didn't see his location in there, but that's not to say it's not there. Here's Coco's, the always elegant and unique place with the furniture, chalky paints, selfie stations. This is the Christmas display that, at least a portion of it, was at the Cleveland Public Library either last year or the year before. I didn't get to see it in person, but I had seen pictures of it online. Supposed to be representation of Narnia, I guess. Winter every day inside Coco's. Come explore. There are 2 floors. Yeah, that's the thing I say. It's crazy. You wouldn't think it, but there's supposed to be 25,000 square feet. There's like a lower level. The upper level is just like, this is actually a huge space. There's a motorcycle bar. Oh, and Stingby also matched it with their own 1999 donation. Thank you. Thank you very much. You've got the balloons up top. Like, see, it's like the hot air balloons that they're showing. The frog. See, there's a Santa in there, a few Christmas related decorations, other unique items. One of these days I'll work up the courage to like go inside one of these stores, but I'm too timid to film inside of stores most of the time. There's Bobby C's Classic Barbershop. Always fun to see places put on their own holiday window displays. A few blow molds, the animated. I've never seen that. That's pretty cool. Like the little bear putting the top of the snowman head on. There's Addie's Diner. Car Film. I feel like that's a new place. #1 video app for car dealers. Drive sales with video. Gems Boutique. See a few Christmas related things mixed in there. Colonial coin since 1921. And then last but not least, we've got Geraci's Slice Shop. Some fans, Cavs fans, look like they're hanging out there before the game. Geraci's Pizza Slice Shop. You've got the inflatable tree. I wonder if this now the slice window isn't open right now. You got to go inside if you want one of the slices. So you can see they're busy at work making the pizza right there. So that was all I said at the beginning of the video, that I was like, all right, let me make sure I cover those areas. Well, let me go ahead and walk toward East 9th Street. I'm not sure if Heinen's will be decorated inside, but that was kind of my next thought. Like, okay, maybe I can pop into Heinen's. Special event parking, $30. Again, that is for the Cleveland Cavaliers game coming up tonight. You can see the long line of traffic trying to get in here. Let's try to squeeze in. That one also $30. Southern Tier Brewing Company. All these bars are pretty much going to have some degree of Christmas decorations inside. These snowflakes all over the window. Inside they've got little garland and ornaments hanging from the ceiling. You can see all the vehicle traffic. Traffic congestion for that Cavaliers game. Oh, look at that up there, Mega Millions right now, 695 million. Got to look up what day the drawings are. That dude that was selling candy earlier. See, they have the person helping orchestrate traffic, letting cars turn right now. Well, I think actually I'm going to try to walk down. Just debating which side of the street I should go on. Heinen's is down there at that corner, so I'm debating whether I should go this way first, and then go over, or just walk down this direction. Looks like the health line is being routed over to Prospect right now for some reason. They must have Euclid closed off at a certain stretch. Alright, we'll go this way since I waited for the light. Over here in one of the entrances to Playhouse Square, near the Cuyahoga County building, you've got some lights outside. Allocated brain saying East 9th traffic sewer. Got it. Okay. And John Ronald says following along on Google Maps. Nice. Yeah, I used to do that with some of the live streamers, specifically Action Kid in New York. If there were certain areas in New York he was at, I would pull up Google Maps, like, all right, what, first I wouldn't know what street he was exactly near, so I'd be like looking for a business name that he passed by, and then I would find that on Google Maps and be like, all right, now I know what area is in, and try to relate it if I had been in that area in the past. I mean, some places are obvious, like if he's in Bryant Park, for example. This is the Metropolitan, the 9. Oh yeah, that's one of the headlines that came across recently. They said that Heinen's, so the inside of Heinen's on the second level used to be like a big bar area with wine, well, not bar area, but wine bottles and such. Let's see if this entrance is open right now. I think it's open. Yeah. Huh. Well, yeah, so the second level where it's like the beer and wine, I think it said that the 9 is going to acquire that space and take over it, so they're going to have to reconfigure the Heinen store and move the beer and wine section down here. Interesting, well, like, they don't have the garland up that they had in previous years. That was, I mean, it's always beautiful to look at this building nonetheless, but that's one of the reasons I was coming in here specifically. I was thinking, oh, let's check out the garland that's around the area. That's all right. Let's see how much some of the pastries cost. This little thing of cookies, $7.99. God, I love the Heinen's presence down here. I don't like the the prices on this stuff a lot of times. Ends up being like overpriced. $1 a donut. I guess I could deal with that. Smells good though. Let's head back outside. Of course, the grocery store does continue like a regular grocery looking store beyond that, but it's always fun to look at the architecture in the rotunda, the old Cleveland Trust building. We check back on the comments. John, after he said he was following on Google Maps earlier, saying that he's been following Ken Continuum into Toronto, Ontario lately. Linda says, whoa, $50 for valet parking. Do you leave a tip too? Yikes. So even though there's no indoor decorations at Heinen's, they have this at least. Some little trees outside. Oh, we've got some Kansas City Chiefs fans in the house. That's because the Browns are taking on the Chiefs this Sunday. Even though the Browns have a frustrating 3-10 record. By the way, I passed up the City Club building. There was nothing specifically lit up for the City Club building when I passed it earlier. PNC does have the normal little PNC lighting up, but that's pretty sure that's a year-round thing at PNC. Walter Medifonso says, Merry Christmas, Chris. Glad to see you back in Cleveland, the best location in the nation. Thank you, Walter. Okay, here's the checkout lanes for Heinen's. As well as some of the aisles for the grocery section. And don't get the wrong idea when you see the stores or the flooring all like cut up like this. Especially further on down. Because I'm pretty sure at least I'd seen pictures, they're like trying to do renovations to make room for when they move that stuff from the second level to the first level. Here's Clevo books that I highlighted last time that used to be in the 5th Street arcades. Do we have any Christmas books here? It looks like we do. You got A Very Mexican Christmas. Little Prince. Brightly Shining, The Story of a Nutcracker, One for Each Night, A Very French Christmas, All the Things Santa Claus Will Never Do. See, that's the type of book I'd like to see and see if it gives me a good laugh. Who Will Make It Snow? And then, I don't know if they have other Christmas books. They probably have a section somewhere in there with more Christmas stuff if I had to guess. But that was just the window display. But yeah, since I'm down this way, I might as well cap things off with showing the Playhouse Square area. Again, there's nothing exotic down there, just some of your typical year-round lighting beyond the ornament selfie at US Bank Plaza. One thing I actually remembered to bring though was my stylus, so that's helping keep my hands warm so I can tap the screen and scroll through comments without having to take my gloves off all the time. This is the Halley building. Looks like they did decorate a tad more this year than previous year. That one year, it was like 4 years ago or longer, they had like these big giant nutcracker, like a nutcracker and mouse, and I was thinking to myself back then like, oh man, they're gonna make this like an every year thing, but then no, it hasn't been done since then. Yeah, even though we're seeing the backside here, it does look like they have a couple of those nutcrackers and a decent sized tree inside for the lobby area. And then yours truly. I think someone was waving. I was looking upward and I saw at the last second a hand waving. So over to the left there, you have Playhouse Square.
think that's your line right here.
So the Playhouse Square is always lit up, but they do put the green and red lighting on for the holiday season on the structure that supports it. The Greater Cleveland Partnership, it's kind of nice how they have wreaths on all the windows. I don't want to walk in people's way, so let me approach the big ornament from this direction. Oh, and they also have somewhere being projected Season's Greetings from Playhouse Square. It must be right there that's projecting it. And I think the optimal picture is when you're supposed to do like the ornament with Playhouse Square in the background. United Way of Greater Cleveland again has those little trees. A Christmas Story is being played at Playhouse Square. Now, you may be, if you're a viewer of this channel for years or familiar with downtown Cleveland Christmas decorations, you might be thinking to yourself, oh, what about the Festival of Trees inside the, I believe it was the Allen Theater. So, unfortunately, I had been Googling for like the past few weeks, like, all right, Festival of Trees, and there was no updates about it, and I couldn't find any information for 2024, so I was wondering, like, oh, I wonder if they canceled it. And finally, I stumbled into like a newsletter that the Playhouse Square does, and they had a little blurb in there at the beginning of December. It said, due to increased cost and declining sponsorship, we are no longer doing the Festival of Trees. So, boo. I mean, I guess it sort of makes sense. Last year when I went there, I specifically was making the comment like, oh, this is kind of weird. It's like, it felt like half of what it used to be. Like, it seemed like there were hardly any trees. So I guess that was a sign of things to come. So sadly, no more Festival of Trees. And there's still construction going on all along there, so I'm not gonna continue walking further down. But yeah, you've got all the theaters. They are lit up on the exterior with the green and red coloring. Even I guess the Heinen Theater, I can't remember if that was upgraded to the last time I was there, but that one's also got the green and red. Yeah, so that's everything I wanted to cover. But here's the thing. I've got 52 live viewers right now, and so you guys, I'm sure, are enjoying what you're seeing. So I was gonna walk back down to Public Square anyway. By the way, let me get a selfie here. Got to be careful with the snow up here. See, I can actually, you can step right in here and get the picture. But anyway, since we still have a lot of viewers, and I was gonna walk down toward Public Square anyway again to take some pictures. If you guys want to stick around, I'll walk back down the Public Square. Let's see if the ice skating rink is a little more crowded or not now. Oh.
I've been to one in there without it. I've never been.
Also have a person in the distance behind me, just like screaming something to themselves. So we'll go ahead and work our way to the other side of the street. And then as I'm walking, I'll try to catch up on some more comments. Nature Girl says bummer. I think that's in reference to the Festival of Trees. Hello, Caffeinated Misfit. Said I'm pretty sure there was construction when I was there in 2005. Oh, at the Playhouse Square. Yeah. Another one of those things where it just seems like construction never ends. I don't know if these lights here on the Halley building are rotating to green and red. I thought it was green and red in the past. Right now it's yellow and red. Linda says great picture of you, especially on my TV. Oh yeah, the selfie with the ornament. Yeah, it's hard to get sometimes clear shots at nighttime, but unless you have like a lot of lights in the area. But it can't be a light like that thing there. You know, that light just looks like a starburst. When you're I'm not sure if you guys can hear the person. They're on the opposite side of the street. But in case you're wondering what that noise is in the background, it's just that person. Well, that's the good thing, Caffeinated Misfit. Even though you may not be able to comment live, if you go back, you could always rewind and check it out or skim through quickly. So you see all the people walking toward me, they're like looking that direction. Linda says, sounds like a preacher. Caffeinated Misfit says, sounds like a normal night in Atlanta. Right, don't get me wrong, even though I'm pointing it out, to me it's like normal, completely used to it. Just one of those things, if you're used to it, you know, you look at it but then just sort of shrug it off and keep going about your day. But if you're not used to it, it may, you know, startle you a bit. This is the Top Golf. Or sorry, not Top Golf. I guess it sort of is like Top Golf, but not quite. The 5-iron golf on my right. See how that person, they've got like the big TV screens. Looks like you also have a pool table area. One second, let me try something else. Something out here. Alright, now we are at East 9th and Euclid. Again, with the Cavs game, you can see, like I said earlier, the traffic congestion. Everyone trying to get to that Cavaliers game. They truly are the hottest ticket in town. Uh-oh, the person's coming this way now. Alright, so this is where you gotta weave your way through the traffic properly and not have this car be like, let me jet out. The PNC lighting is actually very muted compared to previous years. It's like they've stripped it all down. Yeah, there's like nothing there. Yeah, I don't know if they're eventually going to have lighting on the City Club building, but nighttime it just really doesn't, you really can't get a vibe of it. Interesting, that building on, oh, duh, now it makes sense. I was saying earlier, why is the Halley building lit up in red and yellow? Why is Terminal Tower lit up in red and yellow? I'm thinking like Christmas time, green and red. Well, obviously yellow and red is for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So they're all in sync because of that. Took me a second to have that click in my head. Oh, so my phone was just at like 60 or 50 or 60%. Now I looked up and it's down to 26%. So I think whether because of the cold weather or whatever, I am fastly draining. So we'll see if I'm able to make it back down to Public Square before. Need to make sure I still have a charge on my phone. That's where my where I put my bus pass earlier. And I still need to take some pictures. Here's the ever popular Marble Room. That's the most expensive dining place in downtown Cleveland, I believe. National City Bank building. Alright, I am going to, if possible, I've been trying to do a nice slow pace walk. I'm going to try to really pick up the pace after this light changes. Oh, so the road now, even though someone said, I forgot what they said earlier, I thought it was something with East 9th. This must be why the health line is not operating here now. That oversized load from earlier, I'm guessing. They have the road closed because this wasn't like this when I came down earlier.
It's back towards PNC. It's literally the other way. But it's on the other side.
They're blocking off the road for that. Wouldn't you think they would block off the sidewalk too? Oh my god, look, someone else has the DJI camera. That's my competition. No, that's the camera they had is very similar to this camera that I have where I film my high quality videos with, although it looked like mine is the DJI Pocket Pro 2. It looked like they had the newer Pocket Pro 3, which would be cool to get, but it's also like $600 or $700, I think. I could be overestimating that, but even though it may have some cool features on it, new features, it's not worth that investment for me when my camera that I use now still works pretty good. Yeah, we are down to 19%. I know once it's gonna be that type of thing, or the phone's just gonna go to 15 and then it's gonna go straight to 2%. Speaking from experience of this phone during certain live streams. But the ice skating rink is so close, that's why I'm trying to get there quickly. Let's try a slow jog if we can. I'll save some time by doing the verbal sign off here as I approach the ice skating rink. If you enjoyed this Christmas, yeah, cool. Poco Traveler on YouTube. Poco Traveler on YouTube. The what? Sorry, what? Sorry, I can't hear with my hood on. Yeah, Poco Traveler.
Poco?
Yeah, Poko and then Traveler.
Poco Traveler or something like that?
Poco Traveler, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just do travel videos like around Cleveland.
I do transit videos.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I try to do like showing off cities, but then like if I'm taking going to an airport or train, I try to do that too.
When your next video?
yeah, right there.
Transit blogs here.
Transit blogs?
Transit 2.0, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'll try to check it out too.
Oh yeah. All right.
Cool.
I'll check you out in the next video.
All right, cool. Thanks. All right, now back to the. Hate to seem like I'm running away from the guy. He's probably thinking like, God, he's running away from me. He's trying to get here before the battery zaps out. I don't think I finished my sign off, but if you enjoyed the video, you know, the same old mumble jumbo I usually do, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas. There are more people here, so that's cool. A little more people. We will see you next time, everyone. I'm going to try to shoot a high quality video for at least like a short duration to showcase the rink